I'm Dan Fitzpatrick at stockmarketmentor.com, and it's February the 13th. That's the day before Valentine's Day, okay? So don't forget to send your Valentine a Valentine thing, okay? Tesla's been kind of giving me an early Valentine's Day present, as well as a lot of other folks at Stock Market Mentor and Option Market Mentor, finally. And I would rather have money than flowers. So here's the thing. So I'm looking at this and how I just kind of want to explain how I've been looking at this. I'm not sure if I've said this in a public venue or not, or if it was just to our members, but quite a while ago, I think it was like after this is not exactly a bold call, by the way, so don't think I'm patting myself on the back. I'm not. This should be kind of intuitively obvious to all but the most casual observer. When the stock broke out here, my suggestion was that this stock would hit 200, at least 200 before earnings. And that's the way I've been trading it. Full disclosure, I traded this part. Yeah, I'm just going to tell you, I like totally, I don't know if I could say sucked or not, but I'm gonna, because it's my video. I sucked on this part of the trade. I lost my commitment, and I allowed myself to close a pretty big position. What I did was, frankly, I forgot about what I'd said. And it just seemed to me the way this was going, and actually I think it kind of had to do with my mood at the time too. Yes, it's true. I think sometimes, unless you're a pure systems trader, sometimes your mood will impact your trading. So just keep that in mind. I'm giving you pearls here. If you're taking notes on your trades, which I highly encourage, one aspect of your note taking should be like, how do you feel? How do I feel today? Well, I'm kind of hungover, or well, I've eaten a lousy breakfast, or gosh, I just finished a workout before the market opened and I feel pretty good. I've had 9 pots of coffee. Whatever. My girlfriend just left me, or I just told my girlfriend she needed to leave me. Whatever. All of those things are going to impact your trading decisions. So frankly, they did with me here. But that's then, this is now. I regained my footing, and now I'm looking at Tesla. They announce earnings next Wednesday, and I'm not a Teslonian or anything like that. I'm not like a total fan here and think the stock's going to the moon. So if anybody posts or makes some bearish argument on Tesla, I get like personally offended. I don't care. There's a bid and an ask on every trade. When stock does exchange, that's an agreement on price. It's just a disagreement on direction. So that's the nature of the beast. But Tesla's working, and frankly, I guess if I had to pick a target over the next week, just because of the way this thing's been trading, the way it's been banging against 200 for like 3 days, and at least as of now, and I'm doing this video 3 hours before the market closes. So I'm doing this video at 1 o'clock Eastern time. The way this is looking right now, looks like it's finally breaking through 200 for good, at least until earnings. So as I look at this trend, I got to just kind of extrapolate, just draw a line. Okay, now we'll go out like 5 more bars, something like that. And just if it continues on this trajectory, I can see it getting to 210 before earnings, maybe a little bit below, but that's really kind of what I'm looking for, is 210. And so I'm going to be trading it that way. I have no idea what I'm going to be doing around earnings, if I'm going to hold it or fold it or whatever, or hedge it, close half, etc., etc. But what I wanted to show you in this video doesn't really have much to do with this chart, but I had to frame the analysis. So I think Tesla's going higher. But let's say I'm kind of a nervous pervis here, and I see this thing. Okay, right as of now, where's the high over here? 202.20. The high here today has been 202.72. Right now it's 201.81. So this is printed an all-time high today. Now we're just seeing where it closes. But I want to look at this intraday, and I want to show you, this is some of the stuff that I do all the time, and you may find it of value or you may not. Let's say I'm concerned that Tesla is topping out for the day. So I go on the 1 minute chart here. Forget about the moving averages. I'm just too lazy to change them. But they do help. Okay, so I'm looking here at the 1 minute chart. Now, mind you, this is 12:30. Okay, it's like 1 o'clock right now. So this is 30 minutes of trading. I've seen this uptrend. Now I see this, and oh my gosh, it's coming back to test this resistance. I got to ditch this thing before it falls to 200 bucks. Okay, but instead of doing that, I want to say, okay, well, let me look at it in multiple time frames. You know, okay, that's actually looking a little bit better. Kind of actually looks almost like the daily chart. The stock has rallied up, come back down, and now it looks like we've got support right about at 201 on a 5-minute bar chart. Okay, I've been trading this for weeks. 5 minutes doesn't really move me. So I want to zoom out more to 10 minutes. Okay, now I see big, massive move up in the morning. Yay, because I actually was really not liking this at all, and I wasn't particularly fond of yesterday, and I sure as heck wasn't particularly fond of Tuesday's close. Kind of bummed me out. Made me want to go have a glass of wine or 9. Okay, so, but the stock's working for us now. But lately it's been in this sideways consolidation. Now you can change your view here, just kind of zoom way in, and then what do you get? Oh, it's range bound. Oh, it's flat. But then when you really zoom out and you get a better perspective, I'm looking at this, and it looks like it's about ready to take off. Oh, thank you very much. I had a price alert to tell me when the stock closed or went above 200 bucks so that I didn't have to monitor this silly thing all day. So I see the stock moving higher. Now, it has pushed above the upper Bollinger Bands on many occasions, so I'm looking at this now. The upper band is at 202.67. Okay, so I pretty much expect the stock to hit that. Now, as each print goes by, each 10-minute bar chart, this Bollinger Band is going to fall lower. But right now, it's at 202.68. So here's what I'm going to do. I'll set another price alert. I don't want to get hit with it all darn day long, but I want to hear about it right away. So I want it to be noted the first time it passes 202. We'll make it 68. 202.68. Now, because that would be a good thing for me, not really looking at the telephone, not really looking for the car honk. That makes me kind of want to get out of the way. Instead, I want the applause. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'll be here all week. Okay, so I set this price alert, and now I don't have to worry about the upside. I can go, thank you very much. Okay, it's back above 202 again. Wow, good audience tonight. So I don't have to worry about monitoring the upside anymore because I'll be alerted with a nice round of applause. I'm not concerned about the downside right now because that's not what I'm talking about in this video. Also, this is the pattern that I'm trading. So where am I going to set an intraday price alert? The only thing an intraday price alert on the downside is going to do is shake me out. So I'm not going to do that. I know what the daily chart looks like. I know this is an up day. So I want to go out further, and I see in a 15-minute chart kind of the same thing. I go out further. 30 minutes. Okay, now this is looking kind of interesting. Let's go out to an hourly chart. Okay, now this is looking very interesting, and here's why. If you've been following my stuff for a while, you know that I love Bollinger Band squeezes. I love these volatility squeezes. When I see this, I see this. If I trade it correctly, I'm going to make money here. And this is how I analyze these things. And members, you know this. You see the squeeze. The breakout is phase 1. That's when the stock initially breaks out. Okay, phase 2 is when this initial breakout stalls. And then it's going to, at least won't keep going up. That's why I call it phase 2. It's a different phase. It's the correction. It's the counter move. It's going to pull back. The idea is if the stock pulls back to the area of the breakout and then bounces, that's a good thing. If it pulls back further, like into the squeeze area, and then bounces, that's okay, though not quite as, it shows that there's more weakness in the stock than I thought. And if it falls down to this level, then that's just telling me that this was a fake out, and then I need to either pay closer attention or I need to exit the trade, depending on how I'm applying this analysis. But this gives me a better sense of what's happening with the stock than this does, the 1 minute. It's too much noise. I mean, if you're going to look at 1 minute charts, there's only one reason to look at a 1 minute, two reasons. You look at a 1 minute chart if you're day trading. Okay, you need to see what the stock's doing, because what you're basically doing is trading buttons. You know, some guy at Goldman Sachs is buying 5 or 10,000 shares and hits the button. You're going to see that on the screen because the stock's moving. I mean, in this minute, right now it's traded 4,000 shares. So this ain't exactly General Electric. But the 1 minute chart gives me some information. The other time, by the way, you'd be using the 1 minute chart as if you're actually buying something or selling something. If you've made a decision on the daily chart, you know what? I want to buy Tesla. Okay, that's my decision. It's called the decision action sequence. I made the decision to buy it. Now, let me figure out how I want to buy it. I'm looking at this and I would say, you know what? This is actually a pretty good time to buy on the 1 minute chart. So we've looked at the hour. Now let's look at the 4 hour. And you can see this is actually in a pretty nice, solid uptrend. And I can go on, but I'm not gonna. The point is, when you are looking at a stock like this, particularly one, frankly, that's whacked you around a little bit, where you know, the stock doesn't know it did. It doesn't know who you are, and frankly, if it did, it wouldn't care about you. In fact, if it really did, it would do everything it could to take all your money, because that's what stocks do. They're mean little wenches. But if you've had some losses on a stock, you're kind of a little bit skittish. When you're feeling that way, you got to get that out of your system. You can't trade from a position of weakness. If you're going to be trading from a position of weakness, then you shouldn't be trading. And one way to get through a position of weakness, frankly, is not to trade. Like, go meditate, go read a self-improvement book or something to make you feel good about yourself. But you got to be coming in here from a position of strength. So when you're looking at a stock like this, though, you're going to be using the intraday charts to give you a better sense, because you're a little bit afraid of it. You're going to be using these intraday charts to give you a better sense of what you should be doing. This one, very, very micro stuff. And then as you go out, you get a different flavor for what the stock is doing. Okay, volatility squeeze, me likey. I think this moves higher from here. Not right now, maybe not even today, but the way I'm looking at this, it's moving higher. So anyway, listen, I hope this helps, and I just kind of wanted to let you know, I don't go into this kind of detail in Stock Market Mentor videos. Sometimes I do, but I just wanted everybody to know the type of analysis that I do on a stock like this, that I'm looking at. And do the same thing on Priceline. My gosh, that's extended. I don't want any part of that. Start with the hourly chart. Well, boy, that's pretty steep. No, thank you. Great to be long, but scary to buy. 15-minute chart. Well, this is a little different, because what has the stock done in the past? I'm going to pause. Tell me if you recognize what it's done in the past. I'll wait. Okay, about 3 hands went up. In the past, during the day, the stock has squeezed. It's been in a sideways trading range for much of the day, kind of like it is here. And then what's it done? Moves higher each time. So this is like a stairway. It's a stepping stone, a bunch of stepping stones going up a cliff, so up a hill. So I'm looking at this. I would be comfortable buying Priceline, and I would put my stop like about $8 or $10 below. Put it right around 12.20, 12.60 if I'm trading in such a short time frame. Otherwise, I would just go back to the daily chart and say, you know what? There's one reason I'm buying this stock. It's going up. Sometimes that's all it takes. So, all right, a little bit longer than usual, but I wanted to provide some value for you here. Also, this is me pounding the table. If you have not tried Stock Market Mentor, you get a month for free. That's kind of like getting a winning trade for free. I would take those all day long. So go over there and check it out. We're a lot of fun.